Hi, this is Paul Condry of the Regional Radio Sports Network. That may be my professional title, but did you know that I'm also the son of a U.S. Navy World War II veteran and a proud father of a United States Marine? Let me share with you something very close to my heart. It's called the Semper Fi Fund, and its program America's Fund, which provides immediate lifetime support for post-9/11 wounded, critically ill, and injured members of the U.S. Armed Forces, veterans, and their families to ease recovery and transition back home to their communities. The Semper Fi Fund, serving those who preserve our freedom. The basic idea that drives these efforts is simple. For as much as our heroes have sacrificed, they deserve the best care and support available in their hour of need, whenever it may occur. The Semper Fi Fund, a 4-star charity and an A+ rating, has served over 16,000 members since 2004. The Semper Fi Fund, serving those who preserve our freedom. For more information, visit them online at www.semperfifund.org. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Regional Radio Sports Network. We are broadcasting live and in living color from the Student Activity Center on the campus of Indiana University South Bend. Glad you can join us here today on our broadcast. College basketball that takes center stage here today is the Governor State Jaguars under the direction of 7th-year head coach Tanisha Mack. The Jaguars coming in 4-1 in the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference and 9-2 overall, matched up against the receiving votes, the Titans of IU South Bend under the direction of the legendary Steve Bruce. A team with a record of 10 wins and 1 loss. They are 4-1 in the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference. A perfect 6-0 here on the floor here at our broadcast location, and certainly from the perspective that we're looking at right now, I know the Titans excited about this opportunity, as both these two teams currently in the position of being tied atop the leaderboard in the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference standings. One interesting development that's going on in real time. One of the Titans has fallen down underneath the basket here during our pregame warm, and they're literally having to carry her off the planks here in the Student Activity Center. We'll get to some of that, but alongside Larry Winston, Tanya Cotter with directing traffic here today. I had a chance to spend some time with both of our coaches here today, and we'll get some thoughts from them primarily. But certainly that changes the dynamics, Larry, right from the get-go. A person that you're counting on to play a pivotal role for you today. Ironically, in the uncharacteristic, and I did not see what happened, and I know you didn't either, but a difficult situation when you're counting on a person, all of a sudden they go down even before the game starts, so that may have to change Steve Bruce's game plan.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's definitely going to cause some issues from a rotational standpoint. It's hard to tell who the player was. All players are in warm-ups right now, so we can't tell who it was. Be looking for more information coming from the locker room as far as that injury. But, yeah, definitely from a rotational standpoint, it could definitely cause some issues. But one thing about sports, we know next man up, next woman up mentality, so somebody's going to have to be expected to play some pivotal minutes if she is, in fact, a starter.
And I had a chance to spend some time with Darren Green, really one of the most well-spoken young people I've been engaged to talk with over the many, many years. He is assistant coach and really a tremendous young man. He's in his 3rd season as an assistant coach for Tanisha Mack. And I spent some time with Darren, as I always try to hook up with him prior to every game, and he got his thoughts on the Jaguars. College basketball here today from Indiana University South Bend. Governor State matched up against the Titans here in a really pivotal game in the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference before we all have off to Christmas break. Great to have Darren Green, assistant coach for Tanisha Mack's squad, here joining me here on the pregame show. Coach, first of all, 9-2 on the season. Kind of give us an idea what you think about your group thus far, and what are you excited about? And conversely, what are you still concerned about?
I think the biggest thing is I feel like we're starting to gel. I think we faced some adversity early on, and so we're trying to figure out who we are as a team, implementing new pieces. I think one of the biggest things I would say we're probably concerned about is really, honestly, we need this break just to get healthy. We got a few people out. We can get those bodies back. I think we'll feel confident going into the second half of the season, knowing that we're fully healthy as a team. And I'm sure we're not the only team facing that. But I think that for us as Governor State as a whole, getting back healthy would be the biggest thing we're looking for in the break.
I know you can't. The old baseball adage is you can't win the pennant in April or May, but you certainly can lose it in April and May. And so this is a pivotal game. right before Christmas. Kids are out of school. There's a lot of distraction going on here at the holidays. This is an important game for both squads.
Yeah, I think Coach she quoted it best. Don stated this week about where your mind is, and if your mind is on break right now, I think that's bad. Right now, your mind should be on this game, and then we can handle break after break. And to your point about winning and losing, we know that these are two teams that, honestly, if you want to win, you have to beat. Right now, as it stands right now, the Titans are the team to beat. You have to be ready for this challenge, and if you're not, then it'll tell you a lot about who you are as a team.
Talk about, reflect back on last year, on the success of last year, getting to go to the NAIA National Tournament for the first time, and how that's helping this current group go through adversity, go through positive situations.
My definition of success is sustainability, right? So doing it once is cool, but you want to be able to sustain it and do it more than once. That's when you know you got it. So I think last year's team and going through what we went through gave us a blueprint for how we want to approach this season, and teaching them and understanding that it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And if we can incrementally get better every game, then we can put ourselves in a position, because one of the biggest challenges this season was about making sure our nose is up. We're going into the postseason, if we can make it to that point, on a high and not teetering and looking descending low. So that's what we're really trying to focus on, is understanding it's a long season, but every game is its own entity in itself.
Well, you talked about IUSB being the team to beat. Everybody's kind of that tied for first mentality. But the reality is you have to beat this group. So let's break this thing down for our viewers. Offensively, defensively, what do the Jags have to do to win today?
I think the biggest thing is we have to play within ourselves. We know we went over game plan. I'm sure they have as well. And we're familiar with one another and what we like to do and what we don't like to do. So there's not going to be a whole lot of sneaky things that may happen. Now, there may be tweaks here and there, and you're implementing new players with different skill sets. But I think the biggest thing is us playing the way we know how to play. And then defensively, us staying sound. Not getting – because teams are going to make runs. Good teams will make runs. Can you withstand that run, right? And can you stop that run? And can you stop that run with a defensive possession that is solid with finishing it out with a rebound? So I think those are the biggest things, is finishing each defensive play with a rebound.
Final thought, when you look at IU South Bend and you look at Tenley Phelps, he's a multiple threat. She can put it on the floor. She can knock down the long-range jump shot. She just gets to the rim somehow, some way. Very unique player. Not going to woo you, but boy, at the end of the day, it's like, gosh, she's got 30 and 12 rebounds. So talk about, because every coach I've talked to in the CCAC, we haven't been able to figure out how to keep her off the score sheet.
I have a love for the kid. We joked last season we were here. We were talking. We both have a love for Pop-Tarts. So she actually introduced me to a Pop-Tart I never heard of. But I think the biggest thing is I think you set yourself up for a failure when you go in with the mindset of trying to stop her. If anything, you just want to try to make it difficult, right? Great players are going to score, so the goal is not to try to stop her from scoring. It's just if you can push her off her spots a little bit and you try to make her work a little bit more for it, you can feel comfortable at the end of the day with her getting it, and it's not just – if you can keep her without being as efficient as she's possibly capable of being, you can live with that, because great players are going to score, and we're not going with the mind of coming in and say, we got to stop Phelps from scoring. If you do that, you set yourself up for failure, because then you're disrespecting the other player that she played with. So we're really just trying to make sure if we can limit what she does as much as possible and then contain those that we can contain.
Darren, Merry Christmas to you and your team.
All right, thank you. Merry Christmas as well.
We'll be back with more of college basketball right here from the Student Activity Center right after this on Regional Radio Sports. Indiana University South Bend women's basketball here today from the Student Activity Center. Steve Bruce joining me prior to today's game against the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic NAIA representative a season ago, along with the Titans, the Jaguars of Governor State University. And Steve, let's just talk about that here. Going into this situation, you're coming off a big win against St. Francis last time out. And no rest for the weary. You come into a very, very talented Gov State group here today. And this is a team that's been on the rise, as you well know. And even though you've had the upper hand over having won the last 10 straight games, this is a team that you have to make sure that you got dialed into, because their first 6 or 7 kids are pretty talented.
Yeah, Paul, if you look at their starting 5, I think they're anywhere from 11 to 17 points a game. Tabitha Jones is first-team all-conference player. She's a terrific player. She's a playmaker. At point guard, Washington, who played behind Angela Cowan last year, who was a great player, and Washington's got a chance to play now. She's outstanding. They added 2 transfer kids, one kid from UW-Milwaukee, and then another from Notre Dame College, so that would be Eubanks and McDaniel. And then their fifth starter is number 10, Chevra, and she started for them last year. So there's no soft spots in their lineup. They come off the bench with the shooter, number 0, and then they got Schmidt, the backup 5. So they play 7 players, and they're very, very solid.
Give us an idea when you get to see this team for the first time, especially the new players, the transfers coming in. You can watch them on film, and you get a really good indicator what they are. But until you're playing them live and you can really see their skill set, what's the difference in the time for your athletes to make that adjustment? Wow, she's quicker than I thought she were. Quicker than I didn't think she was that quick when I watched her on film, that type of scenario.
Well, so yeah, that's an in-game kind of thing. Now, we do have some pretty thorough information. So the Synergy, which is the film exchange group that we use, we're able to clip. So what I do is I send every made field goal, let's say from Tabitha Jones. Let's say she's made 65 shots this year. I'll send all 65 of those clips to Amaya Rufus, for instance, since Amaya's guarding her. So she gets to see tendencies. You know, when you see scoring clips back to back to back to back, you kind of pick up things. Like Tabitha Jones, for example, when she drives it, she has a strong tendency to spin back from her right to her left. So we can take some of that out of the equation just by watching a lot of high volume amount of clips. And then there's also a percentage of it that they got to learn on the fly.
This is a pivotal game at a really weird time of the year. You got Christmas break. Everybody's going to be going home, getting a break. School's out now, so those dynamics are at play. But this is a pivotal game because, you know, I was talking earlier today with Darren Green, their assistant coach. You can't win the pennant in April or May, but you certainly can lose it. And that same situation can happen here today if the Titans are not careful. So they need to take care of business here at home and make sure that they're in that pivotal role of being the top team when you just hit the back end of this conference season.
Yeah, so we talked about that today after film. A couple things. One, and I heard this from someone who I learned a lot of basketball from, and they said that there are 3% of the people that can follow a task through to completion with the same energy, enthusiasm, and commitment they started with. And for us, we started in September. Here we are, December 21. Most people aren't going to be able to follow that task through to completion. So that was a challenge I made to our girls. We need 100% of whatever they are to our team. So if we have 14 players, I don't know how many 14s going to 100, but let's say 7%. They need to be 100% of their 7%, if that makes sense. And we need to follow the task through to completion. So we won't have any problem in terms of, futurizing ahead to Christmas shopping and hot chocolate and things like that. I mean, we're here till 2:30, and once 2:30 rolls around, then we'll shift our thoughts to other things.
Okay, as we always do in closing, offensively, defensively, what do you have to do to win, Steve?
Well, offensively, we have to take care of the ball, which we've gotten much better at the last 2 games. We had 10 turnovers and 9 turnovers in the last 2 games. So handling the ball well leads to more shots, leads to the ability to score more points. So that's top priority on offense. Defensively, we're trying to get them to play against our half-court defense, set half-court defense, because I think we've gotten really solid in that. And that challenges teams to have to be good on offense. So, 1, handle the ball offensively. 2, make them play against our set defense defensively.
Final thought from me on behalf of the Regional Radio Sports family, to the Bruce family, and to the Titans Athletics family. Merry Christmas, Coach.
Merry Christmas to you, Paul, and your team as well. Thank you so much.
We'll be back with more of Titans basketball right after this on Regional Radio Sports.
Spreading holiday cheer during our Jingle All the Way event. The biggest event of the year means Gates stacks them deep for the biggest selection of the year. Jingle All the Way. With year-end pricing on over 1,000 used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Jingle All the Way. With $10 million in holiday cash available to loan now. Jingle All the Way means no payments till spring on every used car. These deals are moving faster than Santa's sleigh. Jingle All the Way. 2 savings only at Gates.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Glad you can join us here today. Paul County along with Larry Winston, Tiny County, directing all the traffic here today. Glad you've joined us here for this pivotal game in the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference as we're about 60 seconds before tip. A busy, busy day in the CCAC, Larry. Some pivotal games of note, this one being a battle of first place groupings.
Yeah, most definitely. Just looking ahead, we got a Viterbo at Trinity Christian. Then we will have.
Oh, you can't read my abbreviations. Calumet College of St. Joseph.
Okay, yeah. Calumet College of St. Joseph at Holy Cross. And then we got St. Ambrose at Judson. Then we have St. Xavier at IU Northwest. And then today's game, we're getting ready to bless you guys with Governor State at IU South Bend.
All right, glad you've hopped along. We're going to go on down to public address for the starting lineups and the playing of the Star Spangled Banner. But before we get along any further in our pregame show, on behalf of our team at the Regional Radio Sports Network, to all of you, a Merry Christmas to you all and a blessed New Year. And for those who will continue to serve and fight for us, wherever they may be across the globe, who may be joining us on the broadcast today, we thank you for your amazing service and dedication to our country. And great to have one of those guys dedicated to our country. My broadcast partner today, Larry, member of the United States Armed Forces, member of the Army. Glad to have him with us here today.
Welcome to the IU South Bend Student Activity Center for today's Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference Women's Basketball game featuring State University Jaguars and our IU South Bend Titans. The NAIA is committed to advancing character-driven athletics. Champions of Character program is designed to help those influenced by sports programs to know the right thing, do the right thing, and value the right thing inside and outside the sports setting. Champions of Character messages are intended for all who are in the student-athlete sports experience. Administrators, coaches, and fans in the stands who fight for values. They're visibly displayed on the NAIA banner on the south upper level wall. And they are integrity, respect, responsibility, sportsmanship, and servant leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you are able as we honor our nation playing our national anthem.
Once again, glad you can join us here today on Regional Radio Sports. Paul Condry along with Tanya Condry. Special thanks to Larry Winston for sitting in with me today, this afternoon. Excited about having him making his broadcast debut here on Regional Radio Sports.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Take a look now at this Governor State starting lineup.
5'17" guard from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 3,
Denaria Washington, the product of Indianapolis. Transfer from Trinity International, 11 points and 5.5 rebounds in every game. Calvina Eubanks, a 5'7" senior, having 11 points and 5 rebounds. Transfer from the University of Milwaukee. Also in the lineup, it will be Zarella Chavray, a 5'10" senior, averaging 14 points and 5 rebounds per ball game. Also, Sincere McDaniel, the product of Notre Dame College, transfer from Marist High School, and averaging 15 points and 5.5 rebounds in every game. And rounding out the lineup will be Tabitha Jones, a Kankakee High School product from Chicago. She's a graduate senior at 5'8", averaging an eye-popping 17 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. She does turn it over 3 times in every game, and so she is a handful, and that will be something that the Titans will have to deal with. Now for the home team on the scoreboard, the IUSB Titans. Sullivan Kessler. Starting her 12th game of the season, averaging 7 points and 3 rebounds. Also in the lineup today, freshman sensation Brady Chambers from Linton Stockton High School, averaging 10 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals in every game. Getting the start today, a long way back after an injury, number 15, Amaya Rufus, a product of Elmhurst, Illinois, went to York High School, averaging 4 points and 3 rebounds. And the pride of the South Side, Jasmine Watts, here from South Bend Riley, coming into IU South Bend from Bethel, 15 points and 5 rebounds. She's a 5th-year senior. And rounding out the Titans lineup will be Tenley Phelps, 2-time All-League performer, 5'11" senior, averaging 21 points and 7 rebounds. IU South Bend will be decked out in the white shorts and the white jerseys. The red numbers are trimmed in black. The Titans will be going from right to left on your screen. The Jaguars of Governor State University, decked out in the black shorts, black jerseys, with the orange trim, Jaguars, written in white on the back of the black jerseys. They'll be going from left to right, respectively. Once again, glad you can join us here. Jaguars, 9-2, 4-1 in the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference. The Titans at 10-1 and 4-1 in league play. Indiana University South Bend has won 33 straight home games. And we are underway as the 50-50 ball is taken by Jasmine Watts. And now here are the Titans in the half-court set. Here's Kessler on the far side wing. On the hard right-hand dribble. Comes out to the top now to Phelps. Phelps squares up, goes right side now to Kessler. Kelly comes over here to the near side free throw line, looks for ball reversal, ball slapped away, and a traveling call on Kessler. And that'll be a turnover on the home team. And now the Jags to move from left to right on your screen against token man-to-man pressure. Ball into the half-court set now. It's Washington. Washington looks for some help. Nice job by IU South Bend to deny the basketball. And the ball's knocked away by Phelps. 17 on the shot clock. Here's a straight line drive down the middle. Bank shot is up and in by Chevray. And Governor State with an early 2-0 lead.
Oh, wow. Nice pass by Tinsley.
And here's the ball turned over, and quickly come the Jags up court quickly on the breakout. Here's a drive by Jones and an easy score. Heads up play by Tabitha Jones. And the Jags out of the gates quickly here at the 9:04 mark with a 4-0 lead. Ball at the top of the ring now. Tenley Phelps looks for a cutter. Goes back to the right side now. Ball on the hard dribble is Amaya Rufus. Rufus going to rub off a screen on the right elbow.
Oh, wow.
And she drives layup and scores. Nice job by Amaya Rufus, making it now 4-2 at the 8:41 mark. Now here in between the rings, on the right side wing. On the dribble, ball into the hands of McDaniel. McDaniel gives up the dribble and hands it off now to Jones. Jones steps the defender, pulls up from 14, shot no good. Amaya Rufus the rebound for the home team. 4-2 Governor State here at the 8:18 mark. There's Rufus with the basketball here on the near side wing. Still on the look, comes back out high now to Phelps, quickly to the far side now to Chambers. Chambers stops at the left elbow, goes back to Phelps, and they're going to call a traveling call. Raleigh Thill, our official on the far side with the call. Now the ball will be in the hands of Denaria Washington. It gives way now all-league performer Tabitha Jones. And Jones on the slow walk is now into the half-court set now. He's going to rub off a screen here on the right side. Jones pull up 12-footer from the right baseline. Shot no good. Rebound nicely. Nice job on the boards by the Titans. Well played by Jazz Watts. Now here's Rufus. Comes out high now to Phelps. Phelps turns and squares. Goes near side. Chambers, ball deflected nicely by Jones. There's a quick lead out pass to Jones. Jones with the drive and score. 6-2 in favor of the visitors. They all opened up on the defensive end. Here's Sully with the basketball. Kessler on the drive with the high left-handed shot, and she scores. Beautiful kiss off the glass from Sully. And just like that, it is now a 6-4 game. All here on the near side wing. Deep right corner now. Here's Eubanks. Pull up 12-footer right baseline shot. No good. Rebound inside. Knocked away, but a foul's going to be whistled. They're going to call that on Amaya Rufus. But once again, IU South Bend, a poor job at the point of attack, not putting a body in anybody. They more or less boxed out the ball instead of the body. And at the charity stripe, it'll be Chevrolet, a 76% free throw shooter, and she calmly knocks down the first free throw opportunity at the 7-minute mark. Another one opportunity coming her way. Eyes, flies, twinkles the twine. Now 8-4. Second time the Jags have had a 4-point advantage over the Titans. Ball at the top now. Sullivan Kessler gives way now to Wash. Jazz drives, turns, goes into the deep right corner now to Chambers. Chambers drives. She's cut off. Wrap around bounce pass to the low post to Kessler. Kick back out now here to Chambers. Chambers travel with the basketball. And Steve Bruce not happy, making a quick substitution. Is going to call on Keely Hudson, a 5'10 freshman from Eastern Green High School. So she's in the game for the first substitution for either squad. And now here's Tabitha Jones. Tabitha over the timeline now. Settles into the half-court set. Pass up here. Ball deflected, and Kessler comes away with a 2-on-1 developing. Here is a nice play from the left block by 10 Phelps. Scores the layup, making it now 8-6. That's Phelps' first opportunity inside. Here's a foul going to be called on Jazz Watts. And at the 6:14 mark, Jags, a 2-point leader, will inbound the ball to the right of the lane from high above where Larry, Tanya, and I are seated. And Washington triggers the inbounds to Jones once again. Titans fell asleep on the inbounds play. It's now 10-6. And now here's the ball. Knocked away, and they will retain possession. Kessler will inbound midcourt. Kessler has the basketball in the half-court set now on the far side. Goes deep right corner to Maya Rufus. Rufus steps back, goes now to Jazz. Quickly over here on the near side to Kessler. Sullivan Kessler drives down the left side of the lane, comes to an abrupt halt. Pass inside, now to Watch. She throws it away. Another turnover. What is that, 5 now?
That's 4 turnovers.
Wow.
That's just in the first quarter, 4 turnovers.
There's a drive by McDaniel, pull up 12-footer shot, no good. And Maya Rufus is there with the rebound. Myers pushes it into the half-court set now. Foul line extended right, looking. Thinks about the pass low, but comes out high now to Hudson. Hudson with the ball on the far side wing.
Titans' offense is looking like they're having a hard time.
Yeah, very stagnant at this time. Here's Hudson with the basketball. Looking for help. And that's got to be a foul. How is that not a foul? She grabbed her from behind and hugged her from behind. I don't care if she had the ball or not. She had to make contact. That has got to be a foul. There's no way in the world that's a jump ball. There it is. That's a good call by the official. Unless you have arms like an octopus where you can't touch her, there's just no way that's not a foul. That's the correct call. And so common foul number 1 on the Jags. They lead by 4 here at the 5-minute mark of quarter number 1 now. Phelps with the basketball. Dribbles down the left side of the lane, looks for ball reversal. Back now to Aubrey Booker, who just came into the ballgame. Phelps goes left side now to Kessler. Kessler on the drive. Nice job on the cutoff. They're going to call a blocking foul on Tabitha Jones. And I can tell Tabitha Jones right now, you don't want to be demonstrative around Raleigh Thill, the official, because he will tee you up.
See if IU can get a nice inbound.
They got 5 fouls on the scoreboard, but that's only 2. So that scoreboard up there is wrong because they went from 1 just a second ago now to 5. So it's now 2 team fouls. Here's Amaya Rufus inside the lane. Shot no good. Rufus grabs the rebound. Good job by Amaya. She'll direct traffic. Comes back out high now. Here to Hudson. Hudson, near side wing. Hudson on the dribble. Around the back dribble. Drives in the lane. Scores! And the foul call.
Nice and one.
And now with 4:33 to go, the Titans close the gap to 2. Aubrey Booker, who just checked into the ball game, a 5'8" freshman.
Jaguar substitution, 5, Alea Spratman.
Terry Leak, the 10-year United States Marine Corps veteran and assistant coach, is talking things over with Jasmine Watts as that free throw is good, and we have a 1-point ball game. Jags 10, Titans 9, 4:27 to go first quarter. Here's Jones with a basketball, drives, right block shot, good. Just went high over Kessler for the J. 12-9 in favor of the Jags at the 4:16 mark. Kessler with the basketball here at the top of the ring now. Ingles will dribble to the left elbow. Goes cross court. Boy, it was partially deflected. Once again on the dribble. Here's Hudson driving inside fadeaway J. Good.
Nice.
Makes it now 12-11. Hudson off the bench with 5. Now the ball on the far side wing now. Washington comes out to the top now to Chevrolet. Chevrolet, shake and bake move at the top, comes right side now here to Eubanks. Eubanks from the left block, partially blocked, but a foul's going to be whistled on Keely Hudson, the freshman from Eastern Green High School.
I don't know, Paul. It looked clean to me. It looked clean to me from here.
Once again, the Titans are playing without Lizzie Graham today. Going through the warm-ups, Lizzie was suffered some back spasms, and she literally went down to the floor as that free throw was good. And they had to physically carry her off the floor. She's in the trainer's room right now. Of course, the great folks at Beacon taking care of her in there right now. 13-11. And now with the second free throw for Eubanks, a 77% free throw shooter, helps her team capture a 3-point advantage at 14-11, 3:35 to go in the first quarter. Now the ball into the hands of Jazz Watson. She just checked in for Amaya Rufus. Jazz with the basketball. Comes now here to the near side to Hudson. Hudson, wide open 17-footer from the left elbow. No good rebound, coming high. Nice job up front by Denaria Washington. D. Washington back the other way, coast to coast, and they're going to call an illegal screen. That is a terrific call by Raleigh Phil, because there's no doubt that was an illegal screen. And Tanisha Mack is telling her player, Chevrolet, that's the great call by the official. And now here's Titan basketball. Kessler with the ball at the top. Still on the dribble. Hands it off now to Booker. Aubrey rubs off a screen. Jump pass inside to Watts. Missed the jump shot. Rebound tracked down by the Governor State, Elias Spratling. And the ball deflected out of bounds, and it will be Governor State basketball, it appears. And to inbound the basketball right here to the near side from her Trinity International product, Washington. Gets it out high here to Tab Jones. Tabitha looking for some help on the dribble. Loads up the 15-foot shot, and that ball will go out of bounds, but it was saved at the last moment. Jags retain possession. Foul called on Jasmine Watts on the reach-in. And that'll be the fourth foul whistled on the home team, and the second foul on Jasmine Watts. The last game I did here, Jasmine got herself in foul trouble with some of those silly reach-in fouls. Now checking into the game will be Sydney Gerals, a 5'7" freshman, going in for Sully Kessler. And now the ball here into the hands of Jones. Pull up 12-footer in the lane, score it, the foul call. Nice pull-up J by Tabitha Jones. And that catapults the Jags to a 16-11 advantage at the 2:27 mark. Jags have done a nice job of taking Tenley Phelps totally out of the ballgame. And the free throw by Jones Good, the old-fashioned three-point play. That makes it now a 17-11 game. Largest lead on the score sheet now for the Jags. Here is Phelps with the basketball at the top of the ring now. Shovels it inside, now to Watts. Watts from the left block, powers to the goal off the beautiful assist from Tenley Phelps.
Nice backdoor cut by Watts. Nice backdoor cut.
2:06 to go. It's now a 4-point Jags advantage. Here's Washington going to the far elbow to Jones. Backdoor pass. Beautiful backdoor pass. And great movement off the ball by Denario Washington for the field goal, making it now 19-13 at the 150 mark. Now with the basketball on the far side wing now. Ball into the hands of Hudson. Over here to the near side, now to Booker. Booker shot no good. Rebound. Goes into the hands of Tabitha Jones of Governor State. Jags basketball. Pull up 16-footer from the far side. Shot no good. Rebound. Tracked down by Sydney Gerals. Gerals for IU. Now into the half-court set. Wing right side. 80 seconds to go in the quarter. IU South Bend a 6-point trailer. Gerals. Goes up here now to Tenley Phelps. Phelps on the stop. The pop. The 14-footer good. Nice. Her second field goal makes it now 19-15 with 1:04 to go. You gamble on trying to take away that pass, and she'll beat you no matter where you're at on the floor. Foul line extended right now. Tabitha Jones. Cross-court pass. Wide open 16-footer. Bada! Chevrolet knocks down the jump shot to make it 21-15. 41 seconds to go. Now here's Aubrey Booker quickly over the timeline now. Flares to the right side. Gives it off now to Phelps. Phelps goes inside. Nice job defensively by the Jags to get a hand in the passing lane. And substitutions now. Izzy Grandano. And Grandano in the game now. And checking out for Governor State will be Eubanks. Now here's Phelps on the near elbow. Goes inside and leans in. Shot. And a foul is going to be whistled on Chevrolet. And that'll send Phelps to the line. And that's another thing you don't want to do is put her at the line. An 86% free throw shooter going to the line now with 25.2 seconds to go here in this first stanza. We'll see what the former Triton Central standout can do. Free throw, nothing but net. Makes it now 21-16. One more forthcoming. Phelps averaging 21 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 turnovers in every game. And second free throw, good again. You know what, Phelps with now at 6.
Phelps at 6.
21-17 now. 25 seconds to go. And now the Jags to inbound the ball. Spratling to trigger the inbound. Gives way now to Jones and then right back to Spratling. Spratling into the half-court set now. Swings it to the left side. Now here to Washington. Washington back in between the rings with 15. Washington guarded out here by Jazz Watts. Rubs off a screen. Looks. Jump pass. Oh, to Jones coming down the lane for an easy layup. Great movement by Jones off the ball. 3 seconds remaining. Here is Rufus going to walk it off. What a great way to finish the quarter for the Jags. An easy bucket down the stretch with 3 seconds to go. Quarter number 1 is in the books here from our broadcast location here inside the Student Activity Center. We'll be back with more of IU South Bend Athletics here live from our broadcast location after this message from our friends at the Gates Automotive Group.
Spreading holiday cheer during our Jingle All the Way event. The biggest event of the year means Gates stacks them deep for the biggest selection of the year. Jingle All the Way with year-end pricing on over 1,000 used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Jingle All the Way with $10 million in holiday cash available to loan now. Jingle All the Way means no payments till spring on every used car. These deals are moving faster than Santa's sleigh. Jingle All the Way. 2 savings only at Gates.
Looking back here on Regional Radio Sports. Glad you can join us here today. Paul County, Larry Winston, Tiny County directing some traffic here And once again, we want to thank some of our great sponsors who make it happen.
In 2007, Marine First Lieutenant Travis Manion was killed in Iraq after saving his wounded teammates. Travis's legacy lives on through the words he spoke before his final deployment. If not me, then who? Words that today fuel the spirit of Travis Manion Foundation. And through TMF, these words can live in you too. Show the world what you're made of, because character is invisible until it's not. Find out how you can strengthen the character of your community alongside empowered veterans, families of the fallen, and inspired civilians at travismanion.org.
Paul County, Larry Winston here with you. Larry, taking a look at some of the numbers from a team shooting perspective. Governor State, pretty good here in the early stages of this game.
Yeah,
that's 60% right now.
Yeah, I was looking at 60%.
Man, that's light. Now it's 9 of 15 from the field. IU South Bend, 7 of 12, not too bad at 58%. But man, I'll tell you what, right now.
Yeah, we got to get some movement from IU South Bend. Real stagnant offense on that first quarter. Look for some more ball movement, and hopefully we can get Kenley Phelps going here in the second quarter.
Ball over here on the near side wing. Jump shot from 3 goes hard off the iron on the opportunity by Grandano. And then here's a drive from the right side and an easy score for Louisa Schmidt, who just came into the game. And just like that, it is now a 25-17 ball game. Largest lead. Taking a look at some of the other dynamics in this one. Governor State, a perfect 5 for 5 at the line. Governor State is out-rebounded IU South Bend 6-5 in the first quarter. IU South Bend, Governor State is yet to make a 3, and IU South Bend is yet to make a 3. The key thing is the 5 turnovers for IU South Bend. And you look at the points off turnovers, there's your advantage right there. Points in the paint, Governor State with 14, Indiana with 10. Second chance points, Governor State with 5, IU with 3. Bench points, Governor State does not have any, and IU's got 5. 25-17 our score here. Here's a nice job by Amaya Rufus on the steal on the entry pass to the low post by Denaria Washington. IU in the half-court set in need of a basket. The last time they scored was 25 seconds to go in the quarter. Here's Amaya with the drive and the score.
Titans offense they're having success taking it to the basket.
And Tanisha Mack on the floor. Riley Thill told her to get off the floor. Now he'll come over to talk to her. But I just can tell you right now, I've known Riley Thill for 20 some odd years. Jones picks up her second foul. Free throw is good. And that makes it.
They didn't give her the and one?
No, that was.
Okay.
So it's now 25-20 here at the 9:02 mark. What a play by Amaya Rufus. And now to move from left to right will be Tabitha Jones, now playing with 2 fouls. Jazz Watts for IU's playing with 2 fouls. But one thing about it is the IU bench is much deeper than the Jags bench. Here's a nice little dipsy-do pass here to Eubanks, and Eubanks with the easy field goal. 27-20 Jags at the 8:48 mark. Ball in deep left corner now. Rufus goes inside now to Phelps. Tenley from the left side scores. 27-22. I thought they were going to whistle a foul inside. That wasn't the case. Now it's back to a 5-point Jags lead. Jones with the basketball on the right side, rubs off a screen on the right side. Deep right corner pass now in the hands of Eubanks. Eubanks lost the handle on it, and it'll be IU basketball. Multiple substitutions now for the visitors as Chevrolet checks back in the ball game. Sincere McDaniel also back into the game. Now, Denaria Washington having a conversation with Raleigh Thill. Mark my word, Larry Winston, a tea's coming.
One's coming, one's brewing.
Yeah, I can tell you right now. You just cannot talk to Raleigh Thill that way. He will not tolerate that kind of disrespect.
I've noticed he's had a couple of conversations with the coaches on the sidelines. I definitely can see a technical brewing.
And here is the ball in between the rings now. Jasmine Watts. Watts 9 on the shot clock. Goes back to Phelps. Phelps, free throw line, hands it right back to Jazz, who comes down the lane. Illegal screen they're going to call on Tenley Phelps. And now at the 7:56 mark, that's Phelps' first foul. And it'll be full court IU pressure as Tabitha Jones to inbound the basketball. Gives way now here to Washington, and Washington one-on-one against Kessler as she zigzags into the half-court set. Cross-court pass now over here to Eubanks. Eubanks goes back door now here to Jones. Back to the far side now to Washington. Ball deflected, ball's on the floor, and we have a foul on the floor. They're going to call it on Amaya Rufus. And that'll be the third foul of the quarter. And the second foul now on Amaya Rufus. And to inbound the basketball, it'll be Washington. Comes out here now to Jones. Tabitha comes off a screen, drives, shot swatted away by Phelps, and the ball ricochets out on the perimeter where it's tracked down. That ball still has not hit the rim. Here's Jones powering inside, missed the shot, and they're going to call a foul as Jones just does such a yeoman's work inside. Tabitha, who came into today's game averaging 17 points, 4.5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 3 turnovers in the game. Free throw is no good. Tabitha, 69% free throw shooter. And she'll have another opportunity to increase their advantage. Free throw on the way by the right-hander, good. 28-22 Jags. IU South Bend has never led in the game thus far. Watts had a ball slapped away from behind by Washington. Denaria Washington on the reach-in foul. And that'll be IU to inbound. It'll be Jazz Watts to the right of the lane from our vantage point to inbound. Throws it into the backcourt. Ball into the hands of Amaya Rufus. Amaya in the half-court set. Rufus still on the dribble. Now on the far wing. Comes back out high now here to Tenley Phelps with 7 on the shot clock. Tenley.
She got to shoot it.
Pass inside to Kessler, and she's fouled from behind. And see, that's just a silly foul by Washington. Shot clock was down to 2, and you're going to get whistle for the over the back. That's it. Got to understand where you're at in the with the shot clock situation. I thought Phelps could have. Here's a ball deflected off of the back. I like the play there. Washington had turned her back, and Kessler threw it off her backside and was hoping that she was asleep. And now here's the pass out here. Kessler at the right elbow. Rubs off the screen. Sully backing in. Up. On her. She switched her pivot foot. Should have been a travel. No call. Here's the ball to the hands of Washington. Washington looking for a cutter. Back out here on the perimeter now. On to the hands of McDaniel. McDaniel on the drive. Gets right past Watts. Loads up the jump shot. No good. And then here's Amaya Rufus coming away with the pumpkin. Amaya on the far side wing. Amaya's still on the dribble. Waiting for the half-court offense to set up. Here's Tenley Phelps at the top of the ring now. Waits for a cutter. Now comes to the near side. Ball in the hands of Hudson. Hudson on the drive. Missed the shot. Jazz Watts goes back up on the offensive putback. And Jazz got fouled. And that will send Jasmine Watts to the charity stripe. They're going to call a common foul. I believe. Okay, so it'll be Jazz Watts to the charity stripe. IU South Bend has not scored since the 8:36 mark. And here we are at the 6:13 mark. It's only been, and the free throw is good. Makes it now 28-23. And the second free throw good again. 4-point ball game for the Jags, 28-24. 6:10 to go. Here in quarter number 2. Tabitha Jones one-on-one against Amaya Rufus here. She's going to try to take away that right side drive. Backdoor pass, nice little stop and go by McDaniel, and she scores the jump shot. Beautiful move by McDaniel for the stop and go, and with the 5:51 mark. Ball in the near corner now. Back out here to the left side, here's Amaya Rufus. Back out to Phelps. The left-hander for 3, in and out, no good. Rebound, tracked down by Governor State. Here's Eubanks. Ball slapped away. IU on the recovery. Watts with the basketball. Straight line drive with the right hand, scores it. 30-26, nice play by Jazz.
Oh, our Tigers can get on a run here this last 5 minutes.
Now here in between the rings, ball into the hands of Jones. Jones looking for some help, nice job by, and a timeout called by Tanisha Mack. Governor State University. Mack, who club a year ago, won 23 games and lost 7. Went to the NAIA National Tournament for the first time in school's history. And did a really formidable job of bringing in some outstanding talent. We'll be back with more right after this.
Yo, I'm your old basketball. Haven't seen you out on the courts in a while. Why not pass me over to Goodwill? Donating me helps Goodwill's mission to provide career training and support services right here in the community. And that's a slam dunk. Donate today. Hey, I got next.
To find your nearest Goodwill locations and to learn more about our mission, please visit goodwill.org. Goodwill, where your things start new lives.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Just a couple programming reminders. On our other channel right now, we have Holy Cross College basketball, Saints men's and women's game going on right now. Tonight, I will be over at the Palace at Penn High School. Boys basketball as the Chesterton Trojans will take on the Penn Kingston. Penn coming off a big win over previously once beaten Michigan City last night. We're back to live play here. Governor State, here's a drive, a shot, and a score, and a foul is called. Nice strong drive from left to right by Zarella Chavray. It's now 32-26. And with that three-point play opportunity pending, Chavray, a 76% free throw shooter, averages 14 points and 5 rebounds. And her free throw is no good. And now here come the Titans. A 6-point trailer. Kessler with the basketball. Foul line extended right. Now comes back to the point. Sully looks for ball reversal. 3-point bomb on the way by Hudson. Off the iron, no good. Rebound tracked down by Eubanks of Governor State. And stepping on the sideline was Spratling. It's a turnover at Governor State. Now Jazz Watts will inbound the ball for the home team. And into the half-court set now. Ball into the hands of Sully Kessler. Now goes to Watts near side wing. Hook into the right side wing now to Chambers. Chambers has spent a lot of time on the pine. Pass inside to there's Chambers in the right corner. Shovels it out here. Now on the floor for the first time is Porter Barrickman, number 25. Shot clock at 8. Ball in the hands of Kessler with 3. Sully, jump shot 16, no good. Rebound into the hands of the Jaguars. Up court quickly. Titans are just trotting down the floor, and Jones is going to get a great opportunity. IU South Bend needs to move their backsides down the floor. Here's Chambers on the dribble. Looking for help underneath. Shoots and scores. Nice play by Brady Chambers. 32-28 with 3:35 to go. Jags basketball half-court set now. Spratling flares to the far side wing. guarded by Kessler. Now foul line extended left. There is Tabitha Jones. Jones strides baseline. Cut off. She loads up the 14-footer and knocks it down. Tough shot, Tabitha Jones. 34-28. 3:11 to go in the quarter, and a whistle, and then a foul is whistled on the Jags, and that will send IU South Bend into the free throw shooting scenario for the remaining portion of the first half. Tell you what, I think the minutes that Keely Hudson has had coming off the bench has been pretty productive. And she's going to the line now. Hudson, an 85% free throw shooter. Knocks down the free toss, makes it now 34-29. And she has another opportunity. Multiple substitutions coming in for the Jags. Riley Phil's talking things over with Tabitha Jones. Free throw by the right-hander off the iron, no good. Rebound, Tabitha Jones. Jones now quickly down the floor. Easy, and what turned out to be a real easy play as McDaniel was there. Once again, Titans just defensively, just nowhere to be found. 36-29. Kessler, entry pass, throws it away. Between the turnovers, Larry, and the lack of defensive intensity getting down the floor.
Yeah, I mean,
they've got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Bruce spoke about it pregame. You know, this break coming up, you got to be where your feet are. It looks to me like they're not focused, not getting back on defense. Offense is very stagnant. Hopefully we can make some adjustments in the second half and get better movement.
Right now, 36-29, 2:46 to go after the timeout. Yeah, maybe the Titans have started the Christmas break a little early.
That's what it's looking like.
And the defense again is just got to get down the floor. Plain and simple, dead sprint down the floor. Now to inbound on the near sideline. We'll check that. That's going to be the end line. It'll be Tabitha Jones. She has been a steadying performer thus far. What do you got her with right now?
Yeah, right now it's 64% from the field.
Yeah, she has been lights out. 16 of their 36 for Tab Jones. Now with the basketball here. She comes into the ball game averaging 17. She nearly got her average in the first half. And sure, here she is with the basketball now. One-on-one against Jasmine Watts. Ball reversal back to the right side. Now Chevrolet with the drive down the lane. And once again, the Titans, no one's willing to step over and take the charge. 38-29. Kessler goes inside now here. Shot swatted away. Nice job defensively by Chevrolet on the fly swatter inside. Once again, Berkman's got to go up quicker and stronger and with authority. And she didn't do it. She hesitated on the entry. Coming out of the game now is Chevrolet. And back onto the floor is Louisa Schmidt. As Watts inbounds the ball. Comes out here to the top, onto the hands of Hudson. Hudson looking for some help. Goes down to Chambers. Chambers lost the handle on it. Ball's on the floor. Nobody diving on the floor for loose balls. Here's Watts hustling back to pick up the steal. That's a rare hustle back play. Chambers, deep right corner, three-point shot, no good, one and done. Here's McDaniel bringing it back the other way for the Jags, and now Tabitha Jones settles into the half court. It's a pivotal defensive possession for IU. Jones drives, pull up 14-footer in the lane, no rebound. Should have been a foul call, nothing doing, but ball into the hands of Keely Hudson for IU. Hudson, foul line extended right now. 80 seconds to go in the half. Here's Jasmine Watson around a moving screen. Jump shot no good. A rebound tracked down by Eubanks of the Jags. Eubanks back the other way, lost the handle on it, and then the ball slapped off of Hudson out of bounds. And with that being said, it will be inbounds opportunity. Bounce pass inside to Jones. She missed the golden opportunity, but nobody boxed her out. And Jones is just taking over the basketball game at this stage. Halftime score at Holy Cross College at Notre Dame. Saints 72, Calumet College 25. And the free throw by Jones, no good. Another opportunity for Tabitha with 1:03 to go. Free throw on the way. The last time makes it now 39-29, largest lead of the afternoon now here for the Jaguars. Chambers with the basketball in between the rings. Angles her dribble to the left side. Back out here is Kessler. Kessler on the dribble. Goes back to Phelps. Phelps on the drive. Had it swatted away. And it'll be IU basketball to inbound. And to inbound the ball will be Sullivan Kessler to the left of the lane from our vantage point. Kessler, been a pretty quiet day for her at the office today, for sure. 39-29 in favor of the Jags. Kessler from the near corner now. Goes out here to Booker. 6 on the shot clock. Booker rubs off the screen. Throws up the shot. Scores! What a play by Aubrey Booker. A pivotal basket here, making it 39-31 with 28 seconds to go. That's Aubrey's first basket of the half. There's a steal by Watts. And then there's a foul whistled. Or did they say Watts traveled? Nope, she stepped on the sideline.
Good hustle.
Are they going to say the Jaguars? Okay, they're going to say that Watts touched the ball last on the near sideline. And so it'll be Calvina Eubanks to inbound. She goes back here to Tabitha Jones, and Jones is going to play for the final shot of the quarter. And the half. She'll hold the ball out here on the Titans logo with 8 seconds. Tabitha drives, pulls up 16, no. And rebound Phelps, and 2 quarters have come and gone. A tough day at the office thus far for IU South Bend. They will go to the locker room trailing 39-31. We'll be back with our continuing coverage of Indiana University South Bend athletics right after this timeout. The 10-1 Titans receiving votes in the most recent poll certainly have had the worst of it here in this first half. And we'll be back in 2 minutes on Regional Radio Sports.
Spreading holiday cheer during our Jingle All the Way event. The biggest event of the year means Gates stacks them deep for the biggest selection of the year. Jingle All the Way with year-end pricing on over 1,000 used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Jingle All the Way with $10 million in holiday cash available to loan now. Jingle All the Way means no payments till spring on every used car. These deals are moving faster than Santa's sleigh. Jingle All the Way. 2 savings only at Gates. Gates is spreading holiday cheer during our Jingle All the Way event. The biggest event of the year means Gates stack them deep for the biggest selection of the year. Jingle all the way. With year-end pricing on over 1,000 used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Jingle all the way. With $10 million in holiday cash available to loan now. Jingle all the way means no payments till spring on every used car. These deals are moving faster than Santa's sleigh. Jingle all the way. 2 savings only at Gates.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps demonstrate their commitment to defend the American way of life. Since 1775, wherever the mission takes us, we always remember the land we call home. As Marines, we take a stand for our nation, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Thanks for joining us here from the Student Activity Center. Paul Condry along with Larry Winston. Let's take a look at our first half team numbers. First of all, for Governor State in the first half, 16 of 28 from the field overall, 57%. Governor State 0 for 1 from three-point range, 7 of 10 at the charity stripe, 5 offensive rebounds, 11 defensive rebounds, for a grand total of 16 total rebounds. Governor State had 8 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks, 8 turnovers, and 10 personal fouls. Now let's compare those numbers for the team of IU South Bend. IU South Bend, 12 of 25 from the field, 48%. IU South Bend 0 for 4 from three-point range. So half of college basketball was played in South Bend today, and you can tell your friends and family that you witnessed it. There was not a three-point basket in the first half of this game. That is so rare in today's day. However, IU South Bend was 7 of 8 from the charity stripe. They had 3 offensive rebounds, 8 defensive rebounds, and 11 total rebounds. So IU South Bend was out-rebounded 16-11. Only 2 assists in the first half for IU South Bend. IU South Bend comes in averaging 15 assists per ball game. Only 2 helpers in the first half. They had 5 steals, no block shots. They had 8 turnovers, and both teams had 10 personal fouls. Let's take a look at the enhanced scoring. Points in the paint, IU with 20. Governor State had 24. Points off turnovers, Indiana had 9. Governor State had 7. Second chance points, Governor State had 9. Indiana had 5. Bench points, Indiana had 8. Governor State had 2. Governor State's largest lead in the first half was 10 at the 101 mark. And here we are now at 39-31. We're going to take a quick timeout, come back, and we've got our individual numbers. We'll have those stats coming back here after the break. Once again, 39-31, our score. Governor State and IU South Bend, the 2 teams right now currently tied for first place in the CCAC, battling out. We'll be back in 60 seconds on Regional Radio Sports.
Spreading holiday cheer during our Jingle All the Way event. The biggest event of the year means Gates stacks them deep for the biggest selection of the year. Jingle all the way. With year-end pricing on over 1,000 used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Jingle all the way. With $10 million in holiday cash available to loan now. Jingle all the way means no payments till spring on every used car. These deals are moving faster than Santa's sleigh. Jingle all the way. 2 savings only at Gates. Spreading holiday cheer during our Jingle All the Way event. The biggest event of the year means Gates stacks them deep for the biggest selection of the year. Jingle all the way. With year-end pricing on over 1,000 used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Jingle all the way. With $10 million in holiday cash available to loan now. Jingle all the way means no payments till spring on every used car. These deals are moving faster than Santa's sleigh. Jingle all the way. 2 savings only at Gates.
Back here on Regional Radio Sports, let's take a look at our individual numbers. First of all, we'll go over here to Larry Winston with all the details. Larry?
All right, thank you, Paul. We're going to start out with NAIA Washington. She's played 14 minutes in the first half. She's finished with 2 points, 2 rebounds, 3 defensive rebounds, an offensive rebound, 4 assists, 1 block, and 1 turnover. Calvina Eubanks, she's not missed a minute on the floor. She's got 4 points, 4 rebounds, no assist. Zaria Chavry, 16 minutes, 10 points, 1 assist, 2 steals, and a block. Sincere McDaniels, 12 minutes, 1 rebound, no assists, with 4 points. And the Governor State team being paced by Tabitha Jones. She also hasn't missed a minute with 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Going to our Indiana South Bend team, Sullivan Kessler, 17 minutes, 2 points. Brady Chambers, 9 minutes with 2 points as well. Maya Rufus, on her return with 12 minutes, has 5 points. Tinsley Phelps, 17 minutes, 8 points. Jasmine Watts, 18 minutes with 6 points. Off of the bench, they're being paced by Kaylee Hudson with 13 off the bench, which is very, very important. With 6 points off the bench, 13 minutes.
All right, once again, taking a look at the big picture here, IU South Bend is not led at any point in time during the first half of play. Keep in mind, they have the longest home winning streak in the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference at home. They've won 33 straight games. Well, that is in jeopardy here today. The last time they lost was on December 7th in 2022 when they lost to St. Francis, Illinois, here at the Student Activity Center. 39-31 at the intermission. We'll be back in 2 minutes with more of our continuing coverage of the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference right after this on Regional Radio Sports.
Spreading holiday cheer during our Jingle All the Way event. The biggest event of the year means Gates stacks them deep for the biggest selection of the year. Jingle All the Way with year-end pricing on over 1,000 used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Jingle All the Way with $10 million in holiday cash available to loan now. Jingle All the Way means no payments till spring on every used car. These deals are moving faster than Santa's sleigh. Jingle All the Way. 2 savings only at Gates.
There is no easy way in. There are no compromises, shortcuts, or excuses. There is no backing down, slowing down, or giving up. There is no greater challenge and no greater purpose. There is no easy way in. If there were, it wouldn't be the Marine Corps. If you think you have what it takes to earn the title, visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Did you know there's a place right here in Michiana that provides comfort and care for families of sick or injured children? Ronald McDonald House Charities of Michiana gives families everything they need, whether it's a hot shower, a comfortable bed, or a home-cooked meal. This allows parents to truly prioritize the health and well-being of their child. Because of people in this community just like you, RMHC Michiana provides their services at zero cost to the families. Find out how you can volunteer or donate to rmhcmichiana.org.
Childhood cancer it's a long road. It's hard, but St. Jude has gotten us through it. St. Jude has hope that you have a chance at life. And it goes such a long way for every child diagnosed with cancer because everything that's learned is shared all over the world. It's awesome.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Paul Condry, along with Tiny Condry. Thanks to Tiny for great help here today, and wish her safe travels. Along with Coach Bobby Barnes, both those teammates are headed back to the OH where they've got family events going on today. Larry Winston joining me. Quick programming reminder, we'll be back with you again tonight on Regional Radio Sports as we have high school basketball taking center stage. Mark Urban's Chesterton Trojans will be in action at the Palace at Penn High School. You can join Ryan Lutz and I for all the exciting college basketball high school basketball action as the Penn Kingsmen match up against the Chesterton Trojans in this one. So impressions in the first half, Larry. First of all, for Governor State, they've been the aggressor. They've been the team that, in my opinion, has wanted it more, has played harder, and Tabitha Jones has been the most efficient player on the floor. I know she's an all-league performer from a year ago. I think her efficiency, her ability to take care of the business at hand bodes well for what she has done in the first half. So that's my take on Governor State. What's your take on Governor State?
Absolutely. I think they're going to go as fast as Jones can take. She can take them. She's very efficient from the field. A lot of movement on offense. They're playing inspired basketball.
For IU South Bend, I think it's plain and simple that Governor State has won every racehorse from one end of the floor to the other. There's been countless times, I would probably say a half a dozen times, that Governor State has ran faster and harder down the floor to beat IU South Bend to spots. I think especially the freshmen for IU South Bend have got to play with a more of a inspired type performance in the second half if they're going to come back out and play it. I think for the freshmen, for IU South Bend, I'm calling them all out because I think the situation is, this is what happens when you get into a competitive situation in college basketball. Everybody was a starter or a great player on their respective high school team, and some of these gals who were really good players at their respective high school, now they're meeting some of the elite players in the geographical area, and I think that they've got to step up and just get back on defense, plain and simple.
Absolutely. I think the thing about IU South Bend and this Titans team is we got to start watching, waiting on Kinley Phelps to get it going. She's pacing the team right now with 8 points, but we got to get some points from other players, and I totally agree with you on those freshmen. They need to step it up and play these big minutes. Amaya Rufus, on her return, I think she's going to have to step it up in the second half. Get out and run some more, match the pace with Governor State, because right now the pace isn't being matched. Let's just see what this second half brings us.
We'll be back with the start of the third quarter right after this 60-second timeout. Once again, thanks again to our great friends at the Gates Automotive Group.
Spreading holiday cheer during our Jingle All the Way event. The biggest event of the year means Gates stacks them deep for the biggest selection of the year. Jingle All the Way with year-end pricing on over 1,000 used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Jingle All the Way with $10 million in holiday cash available to loan now. Jingle All the Way means no payments till spring on every used car. These deals are moving faster than Santa's sleigh. Jingle All the Way. 2 savings only at Gates.
If the world we live in spoke to you, it would have a torrent of things to say. It would say meaning is subjective. Belonging, just opt in. Be sure to comment and like. It would say followers, provide purpose. We say there is another path, where you battle to belong, where there's a cause to fight for, where you earn a place among the few, the proud, the Marines. Learn more at
Welcome back here to start the third quarter in this pivotal Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference game. Once again, in case you're just joining us here today, Paul County, Larry Winston, Tanya County with all the detail. Thanks again to Darren Green and Steve Bruce for visiting with us earlier. IU South Bend decked out in the white shorts and white jerseys. The numbers are red, trimmed in black, with Titans written on the front. They will be going in the opposite direction that they went in the first half. They'll be going from left to right on your screen. The Jaguars will be going from right to left, respectively. It will be Washington, Eubanks, Chabray, McDonald, and Jones on the floor for the visitors from Governor State, from University Park, Illinois. And, of course, the Titans, we're going to come back with their starting group. Actually, they will not, because Keely Hudson's going to start in the second half. Here's Kessler. Also on the floor is Rufus, to be joined by Watts and Tenley Phelps. And now here is Maya Rufus flaring off the screen. Looks for some help. Now back over here. Kessler, she double dribbled and no call. The ball, shot clock winding down now. Here's Hudson. Fadeaway shot, woefully short. Rebound. Hudson got it back.
Got a rebound.
Good job by Hudson getting in on the glass. Good to see a hustle play. Well, Hudson, of all the freshmen, has played the most inspired of the basketball for the home team thus far. And with 9:30 to go here in this third quarter, an opportunity for Hudson to bring her team closer, and she does. 39-32. Despite the fact that Governor State has dominated the basketball game, ladies and gentlemen, they only lead by 6 as Hudson knocks down 2 free throws. Here's Tab Jones with the basketball. Tabitha, product at Kankakee High School. Here's Kessler with the near steal, but slapped it out of bounds. Jones a little sloppy with the ball at the dribble point of attack. And Tab will inbound the basketball, 20 on the shot clock. Goes into the backcourt now, here to Spratling. Spratling in the half-court set, angles her dribble to the far side, where the volleyball line is at. Now back out to the far corner now, Spratling on the drive, and a hand check foul is going to be whistled on Keely Hudson. First foul for either team here in the third quarter. And now Spratling, the Peoria product, went to Richwoods High School. Here's Jones with the basketball. Bounce pass inside to the low post now here to McDaniel. And she scores the easy field goal. Once again, too easy. 8:53 to go. Lead back to 8. There's the ball thrown away by Kessler. 3-on-1 developing. Jones passes over here. Shot and an easy score for Eubanks. Makes it now 43-33.
Governor State's coming with a trap second half. They opening up, trapping the ball.
And Kessler with another turnover. Back the other way, a drive, a shot, and a score. And the timeout called by Steve Bruce.
Two turnovers in the first 3 minutes.
The veteran Sullivan Kessler in 2 consecutive possessions with 2 consecutive turnovers has ran right into the trap. And with the score now at 45-33. And with that timeout by Coach Bruce at the 8:26 mark, he wants a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. And once again, we want to thank our friends at the Gates Automotive Group, and they want to wish us all a Merry Christmas.
Spreading holiday cheer during our Jingle All the Way event. The biggest event of the year means Gates stacks them deep for the biggest selection of the year. Jingle All the Way with year-end pricing on over 1,000 used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Jingle All the Way with $10 million in holiday cash available to loan now. Jingle All the Way means no payments till spring on every used car. These deals are moving faster than Santa's sleigh. Jingle All the Way. 2 savings only at Gates.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. No changes after the timeout for IU. They'll remain with Kessler, Hudson, Watts, Rufus, and Tenley Phelps. Now let's see if they run that half-court trap now again. Here's the ball in the hands of Kessler. Kessler at the top of the ring now. Jump pass into the corner to Watts. Watts back here to Kessler. Kessler throws it away. Back the other way, an easy drive and a score. That's Kessler's 3rd consecutive possession and 3rd consecutive turnover. 47-33. Kessler with the basketball. Back over on the far side now to Hudson. Hudson back at Kessler at the top of the ring now. And she throws it away again. Kessler, 4 consecutive possessions, 4 consecutive turnovers. How many turnovers does she have now?
6 total.
6 turnovers. Wow. She comes in averaging 2 turnovers a game. 7:46 to go. Ball here in the right baseline. And got to call a foul on Sydney Gerald. And it will be Spratling to inbound to the ball. Now check that. Now they'll go to Jones. Jones will go into the inbound. She'll be to the right of the lane. From her vantage point. Talking things over right now with veteran official Raleigh Thill. Jones slaps the ball, comes out here on the perimeter now to Chevrolet. Now back to Jones. Jones going to back it in. Jump pass to Watts with a great look inside to knock it away. The intended receiver was Sincere McDaniel, a transfer in from Notre Dame College. And now Governor State to inbound to the right of the lane, leading 47-33. Jones ball this part. And they're going to call a delay of game warning on IU South Bend for touching the ball on the inbounds. And to trigger the inbounds, here's Jones. Back out here to the top now. Ball into the hands of Spratling. Goes left side now to McDaniel. McDaniel drives baseline. Shot no good. Nobody boxed out anybody. And an easy layup for Eubanks. It's now 49-33. A 10-2 start for the visitors from University Park. Here is a turnover again by IU. Drive, stop, 12-foot shot, no good. Rebound taken away by IU. Around the back dribble in traffic now is Hudson. And then she is hit. I have never seen a Steve Bruce team play with this carelessness in a decade. And to inbound on the far sideline, IU with the basketball. At the top now, there's Watts on the left wing now. Back out to the top of the ring now. Here's Hudson. Hudson, bounce pass inside to Rufus. Rufus drives in the lane. Kick out to Jazz. Jazz for three. Off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound. Foul's going to be called on Maya Rufus. And that will be Amaya Rufus's third foul. And the third foul on the team. And now to move the ball into the half-court set is Tabitha Jones. Jones going to back in on Rufus. Baseline drive. Shot no good. Rebound, Tenley Phelps. Phelps will push it up now. Phelps trying to take matters into her own hands. Drives, shoots, scores, and a foul call. And that's going to be the third foul on Tabitha Jones.
Tenley Phelps to get more aggressive. That's a great offensive possession by Tenley Phelps.
I totally agree with you, Larry, because she needs to just give me the ball and get out of my way.
She definitely needs to get more aggressive.
And whatever it takes, put the ball in your best player's hands. And a rare miss at the free throw for Tenley. And I mean that because she's an 86% free throw shooter. 49-35. That ends a long drop. That was a 10-0 run by Tabitha Jones and her squad on the floor right now. Ball here on the near side now, Washington. Washington on the left. Goes backdoor. Beautiful backdoor cut. Shot and a score. Great movement off the ball. 51-35. 5:35 to go. McDaniel was just great movement off the ball by the Jags. There's the ball deflected and stolen again. Another turnover by IU. Ball in the far corner. Three-point bomb on the way by Eubanks. No good. Rebound. And once again, jump ball. There were 5 white jersey and 1 black jersey. And the one young lady, Sincere McDaniel of Governor State, out-hustled the 5 Titans for the ball. And that'll be a turnover on a great defensive effort there by Sydney Gerald. She slapped the ball right back into the hands of the person inbounding, and she was still out of bounds. Ball on the far side wing now. Here's Jazz Watts at the top of the ring now. Goes to Chambers in the corner. Chambers drives, gives way now to Phelps. Phelps, shot clock at 9. Phelps turns, leans, Shovels it here to Booker. Now inside to Watts for the field goal. 51-37. 4:38 to go here in the third. Jags in command. With the ball now, Tabitha Jones. Drives baseline. Shovels it inside to a wide open Eubanks, and she missed the shot and the follow. Here's Phelps with the drive down the lane. Shot swatted away. Tabitha Jones will pick up her 4th foul. And that will change the complexion of the basketball team. If she comes off the floor.
There's a technical foul we've been waiting on. Oh, you teed him up.
Did they call the tee?
Looked like he did. Oh, he gave her a warning.
And now Phelps will go to the line here with 4 minutes and 12 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And Phelps going to eye it up. Free throw, no good. When your best free throw shooter misses 2 free throws in a game, you know it's not your day. Kenzie Fulks is going to check into the game at the next dead ball scenario. Phelps eyes, flies, scores. So she was 1 of 2. And it's now 51-38, 4:12 to go. But the key thing is Jones is on the bench now with her 4th foul for the Governor State Jaguars. And they call a 5-second, a timeout, Governor State. Governor State's going to take a timeout with 4 minutes and 12 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And let's give you a game reset with that being said. 4 fouls have been whistled on the visitors from University Park. 3 have been whistled on the Titans. 3 timeouts remaining for Steve Bruce. 3 timeouts remaining for Governor State. And the alternating possession arrow will feature Indiana University South Bend as we come out of the timeout here. Steve Bruce coaching him up over here, reminding his group. And on the floor for IU, freshman Kenzie Fulks. On the floor, freshman Sydney Gerals. On the floor, freshman Brady Chambers. Also on the floor, freshman Aubrey Booker. The lone veteran, senior Tenley Phelps. So 4 freshmen on the floor. I don't know if Steve Bruce says to heck with it. I'm just going to play 4 kids that... Here's a hustle play by Brady Chambers, knocking it out of bounds. But it's the first time I've said hustle in IU's favor maybe the entire day.
Like Coach Bruce trying to get some energy in this game.
And now to inbound on the near sideline will be Sincere McDaniel. Young lady from Alsip, Illinois, went to Marist High School. And she will bring it into the half-court set now. McDaniel on the ball on the right side, lost the handle on it, tracks it back down. Back out here to the top now, Chevrolet. Chevrolet drives on the right side of the lane. Shot and a blocking foul is called, and a score. Once again, Fulks was there, but she leaned back before the contact was even there. You got to take the charge. You can't pretend you're going to take the charge. A veteran official's not going to allow that. And with that being said, the field goal is going to count, and it's 53-38. And the free throw on the way, good. 54-38. In favor of Governor State. To put this in the historical perspective, IU South Bend has won 10 straight games in this series. They've never lost at home to Governor State since Governor State has played them. IU South Bend has won 33 straight home games. Right now, they are getting waxed 54-38 with 3:25 to go in the third. And now a foul, and going to the line for the Jags will be Chevrolet. Chevrolet from St. Paul, Minnesota, went to Ridley High School, transferred in from Western Illinois University. And she'll go to the line with 3:25 to go in the third. Right-handed shot, good. So she's able to salvage half of those. It's now 55-38. Chambers with the basketball for IU at the top, gives up the dribble. And then a foul is going to be whistled on Calvina Eubanks. And Eubanks, that'll be the fifth foul, and for the rest of the quarter, IU will be shooting. And if they have one thing that's in their favor, it's that. Got a chance to get back in the game with the clock being silent. Jazz Watts is going to check back into the game as Fulks, who came into today's game 3 for 8 from the charity stripe, knocks down the free throw. It's 55-39. Free throw by Fulks, good again. Pivotal opportunity there. It's now the lead has been cut to 15 at 55-40. Chambers checks back out, Watts back in. Once again, Jaguars are going to throw the long pass up court quickly now. Chevrolet on the drive, scores. Once again, they beat him down the floor in a track meet, 57-40. Phelps, stop, pop three. Our first three-point basket of the day comes at the 2:57 mark. Tenley Phelps knocks it down, 57-43. That's the first three-point basket for either team, ladies and gentlemen. Here's a drive inside. Phelps is going to be whistled for the foul as Sincere McDaniel went strong to the rack. Larry, I just can't believe that we have played 28 minutes of basketball and finally a three-point basket is made.
Yeah, and it would be Tenley Phelps with the three, shooting 42% from three?
Yeah, that was Phelps's 14th triple of the year. Pair of free throws are good to make it now 59-43. Fulks with the basketball. It goes now to Booker on the far side wing. Back to Fulks, the volleyball line. Pass inside. Now Watts goes now to Phelps. Phelps powers
nice move
inside and scores. Beautiful pass by Jazz Watts. 59-45, 2:19 to go. And now with the basketball is Spratling. Spratling over the timeline. I just absolutely runs. And they're going to call an offensive foul on Spratling with the forearm shiver. As folks did their best to try to keep the pace. But the forearm was the difference. Looked like that running back for Notre Dame last night with the forearm. Against that IU defense, which left a lot to be desired, quite frankly. And I'm an IU guy. With a basketball, Watts comes around a screen. Jazz into the corner. Fulks, three. Bank was not open. And now here is rebound tracked down by Eubanks. Up court quickly. And Fulks with the foul. As she's... Who was it that got hit upside the head? I guess it was Chevrolet. And she's going to come over here and talk. Chevrolet talking the things over now with Tanisha Mack. And the question is, are they going to call? They're going to call a 1-and-1. Just a hard foul is what it was. You could make the argument, was it an intentional foul? But it was just a hard foul. Even though she hit her upside the noggin, it was a hard foul.
It's a transition basketball play.
And so going to the line will be Zarella Chevrolet, a 76% free throw shooter. She's been outstanding today. The right-hander going To the line, eyes, flies, converts the free toss. That makes it now 60-45 with 1:47 to go in the third. Second free throw, good again. 61-45. Here's Watts over the timeline now. Watts directing traffic. Loads up the triple, off the rim, no good. Rebound into the hands of the Jags. Once again, Chavray making her presence known. Over here on the near sideline, ball into the hands of Spratling. Spratling one-on-one against Watts. Goes here in the near corner now to here to Eubanks. Pass cross court, this little right-handed shot, no good. It went in and out. IU with the rebound on the missed shot by Schmidt. Schmidt, who hails from Germany. Here's Tenley Phelps. Goes now to Jazz Watts. Deep left corner now. Folks quickly to the goal and scores. 61-47 with 55 seconds to go. Now the ball on the right side. Ball into the hands of McDaniel. Backing it out of harm's way. At the volleyball line, far side. Shot clock at 15. On the dribble drive, step through, and they're going to call a traveling call on Chavray. And it'll be IU basketball. 33.6 seconds to go here in the third quarter. If IU can get this thing down to single digits going into the fourth quarter, as they say, anything can happen. And now Jazz Watts will walk it into the forecourt now. Gives way now here to Gerald's. Gerald's on the right wing with 18 on the shot clock. Gerald's backs it out of harm's way now. Steve Bruce holding up two hands. Here's Watts with the basketball, back to Phelps. Phelps on the drive, splits the defense, shot no good. Tenley throws it up with 2.8. What a hustle play by Phelps. And that time, the veteran Phelps just out-hustled the Jaguars. And Tanisha Mack not happy with Calvina Eubanks as they'll send to the line the veteran. Free throw on the way, picture perfect for Tenley Phelps, an 86% free throw shooter. 61-48, 2.8 to go. Tenley at the line again, good again. 61-49. And see how IU handles this. You got to give token pressure. And wide open for the jump shot. That's going to go if it counts. They're going to say no. And that is going to do it. Quarter number 3 is in the books. The Jags of Governor State University have been the better team in every aspect of the game of basketball here in the first 3 quarters. Do they have enough in the tank to get over the hump? 61-49 our score at the end of 3. We'll be back with this short message. And once again, thanks to our friends at the Gates Automotive Group.
Spreading holiday cheer during our Jingle All the Way event. The biggest event of the year means Gates stacks them deep for the biggest selection of the year. Jingle All the Way with year-end pricing on over 1,000 used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Jingle All the Way with $10 million in holiday cash available to loan now. Jingle All the Way means no payments till spring on every used car. These deals are moving faster than Santa's sleigh. Jingle All the Way. 2 savings only at Gates.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. We start the fourth quarter here, 61-49. Just as a heads up, both coaches have 3 timeouts remaining to start this final stanza. Right now, Jags, they have never trailed in the ballgame. It was 4-2 respectively. That was the last time, and 8-6 and 12-11. That was it. So it was 12-11, and then they went on a 5-0 run, and that was it. And then they have not been headed. Just take a look at some of the numbers. For IU South Bend, Phelps with 18, Watts with 8, Rupus with 5, Chambers and Kessler both with 2. Off the bench, Keely Hudson's got 8, Fulks with 4, and Aubrey Booker with 2. Governor State, as expected, only played 8. The only points off the bench is Louisa Smith with 2. But the big guns, Jones with 17, McDaniel with 12, Chevrolet with 18, Eubanks with 10, and Washington with 2. But the turnovers, the big difference. IU with 14 and 11 for the visitors from University Park. Here's Jasmine Watts. She traveled with the basketball. Also looking at the shooting numbers. IU South Bend 1 of 8 from three-point range. Govs at 0 for 3. Governor State shooting 56% from the field. IU South Bend at 47. From the charity stripe, the Jags are shooting an eye-popping 77%, and IU South Bend is shooting 82%. So both teams pretty proficient at the line so far through 3. And the Jags to inbound, nearly stolen by Jazz Watts. But a foul going to be called on Watson. Will that be her 4th? Or will that be her 3rd? That's going to be her 3rd. And now it'll be the Jags to inbound again. Ball over here on the near side, Chevrolet. Hands it off now here to Washington. Washington drives baseline. Passes inside the lane. Turn around 12-footer. Shot no good on the offering by Eubanks. Now the ball into the half-court set now. Gerald's foul line extended left. Comes around a screen. Gerald swings it over the right side now to Amaya Rufus. Rufus goes now to the near elbow to Watts. Watts has got to back her in. Shoots from the right block. Missed it. Rebound. Taken away by Janaria Washington. The Jaguars. Jags quickly up the right sideline. And a timeout called by Tanisha Mack and the Jags. We'll take a quick timeout as well. 61-49, 9:04 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll be back right after this short timeout. And thank you for joining us on Regional Radio Sports.
The fighting spirit of the Marine Corps is born of battles won. Battles won within, over enemies of fear, enemies of doubt. It's who we are. It's what we do. It's a promise made to you for more than 2 centuries. A promise of the Marines.
Looking back here on Regional Radio Sports, Paul County along with Larry Winston, Tiny County with all the details here today. And now to inbound on the far sideline is going to be Denaria Washington. Goes in the backcourt now here to Spratling, and Spratling comes back high as Jones is back into the ballgame after an extended rest. Swings it to the right side. 17-foot baseline jump shot, but once again the Titans gave up the ball. And a traveling call. First of all, IU South Bend, and that really interesting exchange there, Larry. They had a chance to grab a hold of the ball, then they threw it away, and then the Govs stepped on the end line, or on the sideline, excuse me.
Yeah, Paul, I think it's just a tale of the entire game. Turnovers, careless basketball possessions.
Here's the ball in the hands of Phelps. Tenley tries with the right hand, spins back to the left, goes back to Watts. Jasmine for 3, no good. Ball goes into the corner where it's tracked down by a hustling Sincere McDaniel. McDaniel has hustled the entire game. I think she only has one gear. Here she is right now, driving down the lane. Turn around, 12-footer in the lane. Shot no good. Rebound into the hands of Kenzie Fulks. I will say this about this Jags team, man. They've got one gear and one gear only. And that is go strong all the time. Here's Phelps with the drive inside.
Phelps has got to get it going. Phelps has got to get it going if they want to knock into this lead with 8 minutes left.
And a foul's going to be whistled on McDaniel. It's going to be her second. And she's going to come out of the lineup and back onto the planks here on the student activities floor. It will be Eubanks. As the free throw is good. Makes it now 61-50. That's the first points for either team in this fourth quarter. Phelps delivers again. And now it is a 10-point ball game, 61-51, with 8:05 to go. Phelps now with 20. Backdoor pass. That should have been a travel. No call. Rebound put right back up and in. Once again, nobody put a body on anybody on the offensive glass. 63-51. 7:45 to go. Here's Watts with the basketball. Foul line extended left. Nearly threw it away. Back over here now. Falks gives way now to Phelps. Phelps is going to back it in. Triple team. And she's going to say that she traveled with the basketball. Now she's trying to do too much. Jasmine Watts has been a prolific scorer, averaging 15 points a game. Has only got 8. Here's the loose ball coming out of the way. And a break for IU. Here's Watts with the drive. Fouled on the dribble drive by Spratling. Alea, product of Peoria Richwoods High School. Second foul on the Jags with 7:14 to go. And Sydney Gerald's to inbound underneath her own goal to her left. Now here's Phelps in the corner. Gives that out here to Phelps. Run right back here to Tenley Phelps. Tenley Phelps, who transferred in from Youngstown State prior to Triton Central High School. Here's a jump shot in the lane by Watts. Missed the 6-footer. And once again, a long pass and an easy score because IU didn't hustle back on defense. What a heads-up play by Tabitha Jones finding Chevrolet. All she did was ran a skinny post. And just a perfectly thrown ball. 65-51. It's like watching Patrick Mahomes out there with Tabitha Jones. She just can let her rip. 65-51. As we'll take a timeout and thank our friends at Gates Automotive Group.
Spreading holiday cheer during our Jingle All the Way event. The biggest event of the year means Gates stacks them deep and sells them cheap. For this sale, Gates gives you Jingle 2 with more for your trade. The Jingle All the Way event, only at Gates.
Thanks for joining us here on Regional Radio Sports. Paul Connery. Glad you've hopped along. My final college basketball game prior to here at IU for this calendar year. Not school year, but the calendar year. And once again, we thank Athletic Director Extraordinaire Scott Cooper for his great work, as well as Coach Bruce and all the IU coaches, allowing Regional Radio Sports to be their voice. Jazz Watts got hit upside the head. Here's Phelps with the basketball. 15 on the shot clock. Gives way now to the far side. Hudson back out here to the top now. Rufus. Wide open. Watts in the corner. 3, good! Oh, it was huge. 65-54 with 6:18 to go. And here's the ball deflected into the forecourt. Hustling after it. And a foul's going to be called on Maya Rufus, I believe. It was a good effort by Amaya going after the loose ball. One of the few times that we haven't seen precision execution by the Jaguars. And Rufus coming out of the ballgame, and Aubrey Booker. And Sully Kessler on the floor for the first time out, for the first time since the turnover where she had on 4 consecutive possessions, threw the ball away 4 consecutive times. And that would have been about the 8-minute mark of the third quarter. And then there's a foul on the inbound on Aubrey Booker. Aubrey, whose brother plays for the Chicago Bears. Outstanding defensive effort for the. And now with the basketball, Chevrolet. Chevrolet looking for help. Double team. Swings it to the near side to McDaniel. McDaniel goes inside now to Jones. Jones bounce pass to the right block. Beautifully played ball. Jones, the facilitator, finds Washington for the easy one. 67-54. Jones just makes
the trap.
Yep. Here's a pass inside to Phelps in the left-handed layup off. Beautiful pass by Watts. 67-56. 5:37 to go in the ballgame. Once again, Tabitha Jones angles her dribble to the right side, stops, ball reversal back to the top, now to Washington. Now to Jones at the right elbow. Jones comes back out to the near side, now to Washington. Deep left corner, now to McDaniel. Loads up the triple, and she scores. The first triple of the night comes at the 5:11 mark for the Jags, a big one. That catapults them to a 14-point lead now. What's a huge basket for the Jags. Here's Booker with the drive and the score. 70-58, 4:51 to go. Now the ball into the hands of Washington. Washington now in between the circles. Bounce pass to Jones, right wing. Jones had it slapped away initially by Hudson. She kicks it into the right corner now. Pull up 12-footer, good. And it should have been a foul call too. Chevrolet knocks down the mid-range J. 72-58, 4:26 to go. Watts stops, pops, triple, good. 72-61 as the team starting to find their three-point shooting mark. And at the 4:18 mark, Coach Bruce will take a timeout. And we'll take a timeout as well. We'll be back with more of Indiana University South Bend Athletics right after this short timeout on Regional Radio Sports.
Spreading holiday cheer during our Jingle All the Way event. The biggest event of the year means Gates stacks them deep for the biggest selection of the year. Jingle All the Way with year-end pricing on over 1,000 used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Jingle All the Way with $10 million in holiday cash available to loan now. Jingle All the Way means no payments till spring on every used car. These deals are moving faster than Santa's sleigh. Jingle All the Way. 2 savings only at Gates.
Thanks for joining us here. 4:18 remaining. Let's give you a game reset. IU South Bend has 1 timeout remaining. The Jags have 2. Alternating possession arrow favors Governor State. As Tabitha Jones once again throws the long ball. Ball deflected, and finally somebody was back on defense. And a turnover on the Jags. A rare mistake by Tabitha Jones. Here's Phelps with the basketball. Goes into the corner now to watch. Jazz thinks about the drive. Now comes back out here now to Phelps. Phelps on the perimeter near side, matched up there by Chevrolet. Shot clock at 8. Watts drives across the lane, pull up, 12-footer, no. Rebound ripped out of there by the Jags. And losing the ball out of bounds was Eubanks and McDaniel combined on the turnover. And it will be IU basketball to inbound, as it's going to be Amaya Rufus. The substitutions forthcoming as Eubanks checks out of the ballgame. Spratling back in for the Jags. And now here's Sullivan Kessler. Kessler in between the the rings now. Straight line drive comes to and then they're going to call a blocking foul on McDaniel. And that'll be the third foul. And to inbound, Kessler goes out here to Watts. Watts at the right elbow, knocked off the ball. Why is that not a foul? That was a hip check. And on the alternating possession arrow, gives the ball. That's a turnover on the home team. And that gives the ball back to the Jags with 3:37 to go. And now with the basketball, to push it into the half-court area is Washington. Washington streaks down the floor. Hits the trailer, Jones. Jones sidesteps to the defender and got herself a little bit of a Charlie horse. Ball here at the near elbow. Spratling. Turnover. Jags. Back the other way now. Here's Hudson. Jones still smarting after the Charlie horse. Here's a jump shot by Phelps from three, no good. Rufus stepped on the end line. It'll be Jags basketball. Boy, Tabitha Jones is one tough cookie, isn't she?
Yeah, she is.
Man, I like to watch her play. They're just people that just she's a gamer. She's got great court awareness. And now there's a quick drive down the floor by Washington. Nobody stopped the ball.
Nobody stopped the ball.
And that's just too easy. 74-61. That was the Olay defense. Kessler drives right side. Bounce pass in the corner now. Jones playing with 4 fouls, and they're trying to take advantage of it. There's a nice job by Jones, not giving a good look that time to Hudson.
Nobody gets back.
And nobody back again. And somehow the Jags are able to keep control of the basketball. So you hit it, Larry. Nobody was back again. Tabitha Jones, one-on-one here on the near side against Hudson. Comes out here to the top of the ring now. Chevrolet at the free throw line. Pulls up from 17, knocks down the jump shot. 76-61. I think that one's going to do it.
I think that's going to do it, Paul.
Kessler comes out high now. Phelps, deep right corner to Watts. The three, good. 76-64. Timeout IU. Lead with 100 ticks of the fourth quarter clock remain. They'll take a timeout. We'll take our timeout. That is the final timeout for Coach Bruce and company. Coach Tanisha Mack, she still has 2 in case she wants to take those. We'll be back with more right after this short timeout on Regional Radio Sports.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps demonstrate their commitment to defend the American way of life. Since 1775, wherever the mission takes us, we always remember the land we call home. As Marines, we take a stand for our nation, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Paul Condry along with Tiny Condry. Great to, as always, thanks to our coaches for joining us here earlier today. Darren Green, great assistant coach for the Jags. Always appreciate visiting with them. Steve Bruce, of course. Thanks again to Tanya and Larry for their great work here today as well. And now to go on the floor here in the waning moments of this one for IU South Bend will be Jazz Watts. Aubrey Booker will be on the floor. Kessler, as well as Kenzie Folks. And also it will be, I think I said Phelps already, but for the Jags it'll be Washington to inbound. And Jones is waiting in the wings along with Chevrolet. And they'll get the ball right to Chevrolet, now to Jones. Press break is in play, and Jones just smooth as the other side of the pillow. Has the basketball in the half-court set now. Tabitha Jones Rubs off a screen. Gives the ball right back here. 3-point bomb on the way. Good. Off the assist from Tabitha Jones. Chevrolet knocks down the triple, making it 79-64. Over on the far side, Booker. Booker on the drive with 69 seconds to go. Leans in. Missed the shot. Jones with the rebound. And then a jump ball as the freshman, Booker, mixed up with the veteran, Tabitha Jones. Jump ball, and it'll be IU basketball. So the numbers are plain and simple. IU South Bend had won 10 straight games in this series until today. The last season the Titans lost at the SAC was back in 2022. As we have a player down, it's Tabitha Jones down. And that is if that's a serious injury, that could change the fortunes of the Jaguars' season. As Tabitha Jones.
She's grabbing her ankle.
Getting some help from the Beacon Health team here. They do such a great job. The sport, as Tabitha is going to get some help by Tanisha Mack, and they're going to walk her back to the bench. Governor State, their next game is going to be against Cornerstone at home. And then they have receiving votes Friedman Hardman. And Spratling will come back into the game now for the Jags. I think that's it for Jones for the day. With a 79-64 lead. She'll limp down to the end of the bench. And I don't even know if the Jaguars understand the history. Oh, that's a traveling right there. Thank you very much, Raleigh, Phil. And Spratling coming out of the ball game, and Louisa Schmidt will check in. And now it will be Jasmine Watts to win battle on the far sideline. Gives it now to Kessler. Kessler throws it away again. Over on the right side now. How many turnovers for Kessler now?
Kessler's at 7. 7 turnovers for the game.
Wow. A 5-second violation.
18
or is that a foul?
18.
Now they got to call a foul on Watts. Schmidt's coming out of the ballgame. Back in will be Spratling. As to inbound will be Eubanks. Gives way now here to McDaniel. Now over here to Washington. Washington on the near side. Drives, jump pass into the corner now here to Spratling. Back out here on the perimeter. Ball's on the floor. And it will be a timeout called by the Jags. And with that being said, we'll take a timeout as well. 23.8 seconds ago, 79-64. The Jags are about ready to go to 10-2 on the season.
Spreading holiday cheer during our Jingle All the Way event. The biggest event of the year means Gates stacks them deep for the biggest selection of the year. Jingle All the Way with year-end pricing on over 1,000 used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Jingle All the Way with $10 million in holiday cash available to loan now. Jingle All the Way means no payments till spring on every used car. These deals are moving faster than Santa's sleigh. Jingle All the Way. 2 savings only at Gates.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports 79-64. The Governor State Jaguars are going to win their 10th game of the season. And in Indiana University South Bend's 33-game home win streak. And when you go back and look at it, it's about effort and intensity and turnovers. And to inbound the basketball, it'll be Sincere McDaniel. McDaniel along the near sideline, right in front of Coach Mack. Ball is stolen by IU. Here's Fulks with the drive and the score. 79-66.
I like the hustle by Kingsley, folks.
Yep. And it'll be Jags basketball. And it'll be Eubanks to inbound against pressure. And we have a timeout called by Governor State as they weren't going to get the ball in time, and that will be one timeout remaining now for Governor State.
No, they're out of timeouts right now.
And so that's it. That's the final timeout. So both teams are done with the timeouts. Won't be a stoppage play. Once again, the alternating possession here favors the home team. But man, what an effort by Governor State. Down to really only 7 players here today. To come in here and beat a Titans team that who certainly has been living on the edge. They won a 68-66 game against St. Francis earlier in the season, a close game. Won a close game against Holy Cross. Other close games they've won along the way. Close game against IU East. Close game against Mount Vernon Nazarene. And it's a situation where close game against Taylor. But as Tenley Phelps looks up at the scoreboard here, she could say that, she needs some help on this one. I mean, they've got to provide her more support in the ball game. Got her with 37 minutes, and so it will be Jags basketball to inbound. And to trigger the inbound will be Eubanks, the Bellwood, Illinois native, Walther Christian Academy. Once again, down the floor. The Jags beat him down the floor. There's a drive and a score. Once again, the home run pass ran a skinny post.
Touchdown.
81-66. I did not see what the stoppage was. Just everybody chirping. Way too much chirping going on right here. 81-66. Terry Leake coming over here to talk to this IU South Bend team. I know that for a fact Tenley Phelps was not happy. But once again, 81-66 with 16.1 seconds to go. And Tanisha Mack is absolutely ripping her team. And talking about playing with sportsmanship, talking about playing. We have an intentional foul. Basket's going to count. And a double technical foul. All right, so basket's going to count. It makes it 81-66. And the double technical foul. As things that get, as we like to say in the game of hockey, things are really chippy out there right now. Tenny Phelps guilty of the technical foul on her end. And who did they call the foul on? The technical foul on the Jags? Going to the line to shoot the... is this going to be the technical foul? And the free throw. Eyes it, flies it, missed it. And then it will be out of bounds. It should be. The two technical fouls are going to counter themselves off as the free throw on the, that was supposed to be the back end of the and one. And now they're going to shoot the technicals. To the line will be Chevrolet, 76% free throw shooter. She knocks down the technical. 82-66.
Maybe that technical, Washington just fouled out.
And now to inbound. Here is Chevrolet out here on the perimeter now. They're just going to dribble out the clock now. Dribble it out and get the victory formation. Final score, 82-66. Governor State upends Indiana University South Bend here today at the Student Activity Center. Jags improved to 10-2 on the season, 5-1 in league play. IU South Bend drops its first home game since 2022. They now are at 10-2. They are 4-2 in league play. They are now 6-1 at games here at the Student Activity Center. And certainly a lot of things for IU to think about. They're going to have some time to think about it because their next game will be on the 4th of January. And for Coach Steve Bruce, I'm sure that he is going to be stewing on this one for a couple days until his team gets back on the court when they play again against Lawrence Tech out of Michigan. 82-66 the final. We'll be back with the postgame show right after this on Regional Radio Sports. Thanks.
Holy Cross is having a good day at least. Spreading holiday cheer during our Jingle All the Way event. The biggest event of the year means $10 million to lend and no payments till spring. Gates gives you Jingle 2 with more for your trade. The Jingle All the Way event only at Gates.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Let's take a look at our final numbers for today's game. First of all, for the victorious Jags of Governor State University, it was the Big Five leading the way. But what a day for Zuri Chevrolet, a special day for her. She played 36 minutes, 11 of 13 from the field, 1 for 2 from three-point range, 7 of 10 at the line. Ended up with 2 rebounds, 4 steals, a block, 2 turnovers, 2 fouls, and 30 points. Eubanks with 35 minutes with 12 points and 11 rebounds, so she had a double-double on 5 of 12 shooting. Denaria Washington played 25 minutes, had 6 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, made all 3 of her shots. Sincere McDaniel played 31 minutes with 6 of 10 from the field, had 3 rebounds, 2 steals, and 15 points. Tabitha Jones, the architect, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, only 2 turnovers in 34 minutes. She had 17 points. And keep in mind, she got in foul trouble, so she didn't play almost, I think it was about 6 or 7 minutes. And then the reserves, I thought Spratling was outstanding off the bench. With 28 minutes, she played serviceable. Throughout the course, didn't score a lot, but filled in some of the blanks. Grandado played 2 minutes, did not score, and Louisa Schmidt played 10 minutes and had 2 points. Team numbers for Governor State: 33 of 56 from the field, 59% shooting, 7 of 13. Check that. 2 of 6 from three-point range for 33%, 14 and 19 at the line, 74%, 9 offensive, 24 defensive, for an eye-popping 33 rebounds. Now, if you compare those numbers, by the way, 14 assists, 10 steals, 2 blocks, 18 turnovers, 20 fouls for Governor State. Now, compare the rebound numbers for IU South Bend. IU South Bend had 6 offensive rebounds, 15 defensive. So IU South Bend was out-rebounded by a plus 12. IU South Bend, 9 assists, 9 steals, but 18 turnovers. The starting backcourt for IU South Bend had 11 turnovers. Sully Kessler, 26 minutes, 7 turnovers, 2 points. Brady Chambers played 11 minutes, had 4 turnovers and 2 points. Amaya Rupas played 24 minutes, had 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 5 points. Jasmine Watts played 37 minutes, had 17 points. Tenley Phelps played 37 minutes, had only 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, and 22 points. Booker with 4 points in 17 minutes. Fulks with 6 points in 9 minutes. Keely Hudson played 23 minutes, had 8 points and 3 rebounds. Cindy Jarls played 14 minutes, did not contribute on the point total. And Porter Beckman played 3 minutes. But the numbers for IU, 23 of 50, 46%, 4 of 13 from three-point range, 31%. The one bright spot, IU 16 and 19 at the line. That's 84%. But Larry, out-rebounded, out-hustled, outshot, outplayed, out-muscled, totally intimidated by Governor State today.
Yeah, I think Governor State came in with a different approach than IU South Bend, our Lady Titans. We got a game with 4 of your 5 starters in double figures. There's a good recipe for a win. 73% from the free throw line. Where IU South Bend, we still shot 84%. I just think the Governor State team wanted it more.
Absolutely, no doubt.
They wanted it more. I think you said that Coach Green in the pregame show, basically he hinted at being where your feet are. Let's not look forward to the break. Let's worry about this game. These next 40 minutes we about to play. I think IU's lady team got caught star watching. Tinsley Phelps pacing with 22 points. We get 17 from Jasmine Watts, but other than that, I think our next highest scorer was Kaylee Hudson off the bench with 8.
Jazz Watts had 17.
Okay, well, Jazz Watts 17, but 17 and 22.
They just plain and simple need more.
They need more.
Points in the paint, Governor State 48, IU with 34. Points off turnovers, both teams had 15. Second chance points, Governor State 13, Indiana with 10. Bench points, IU with 18, Governor State with 2, which is really not a surprise. But the largest lead in the game by Governor State was 17 points. As Governor State goes wire to wire with the W, that's going to do it for our coverage of Indiana University South Bend Athletics. Once again, the score at the end of 1, 23-17 Jags. At the intermission, it was 39-31 Jags. At the end of 3, Governor State had a 61-49 lead. And when it's all said and done, 82-66, your final score. A special thank to our team here today. Thanks to our coaches. Thanks to Coach Green and Coach Bruce for joining us in the pregame show. Kudos also to our team here at our broadcast location, to Louie and the group downstairs for running stats from point A to point B. Thanks to Larry and Tanya for the work here done here today. And that's going to do it for us here. So on behalf of the entire team at Regional Radio Sports, we want to wish you a Merry Christmas. God bless you all. And good afternoon from the Student Activity Center on the campus of Indiana University in South Bend, Indiana, where the Jags of Governor State win 82-66. For all of us at Regional Radio Sports, I'm Paul Condry. God bless you all. Good afternoon from South Bend.
Spreading holiday cheer during our Jingle All the Way event. The biggest event of the year means Gates stacks them deep for the biggest selection of the year. Jingle All the Way with year-end pricing on over 1,000 used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Jingle All the Way with $10 million in holiday cash available to loan now. Jingle All the Way means no payments till spring on every used car. These deals are moving faster than Santa's sleigh. Jingle All the Way. 2 savings only at Gates. Spreading holiday cheer during our Jingle All the Way event. The biggest event of the year means Gates stacks them deep for the biggest selection of the year. Jingle All the Way with year-end pricing on over 1,000 used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Jingle All the Way with $10 million in holiday cash available to loan now. Jingle All the Way means no payments till spring on every used car. These deals are moving faster than Santa's sleigh. Jingle All the Way. 2 savings only at Gates.
so you stop watching it as a fan. You can't. Here, I'll tell you,